Let's jump into this first story. We got this from the Post Millennial. John Fetterman co-sponsors Senate bill despite being institutionalized since February 15th. Fetterman's office has not said who is co-sponsoring legislation with his name on it while he remains institutionalized. A senior aide revealed that Fetterman would be hospitalized for up to 2 months. So it's clearly not him. I guess that's the important point, is they're saying he's co-sponsoring this bill, but it's probably just a member of his staff. And I got to show you this right here from Twitter, or from John Cardillo on Twitter. He says, this is from February 25th. So it was a while ago. Being told that Fetterman is essentially brain dead. Let me start over. Being told that Fetterman is essentially brain dead and it's being hidden because keeping him in office until August 18th avoids a special election, which Republicans would most certainly win. This must be investigated. So here's the best part about this tweet. There's the context gets added to it. And it says, readers added context they thought people might want to know. The August 18th date has no significance. If a senator from Pennsylvania passes away, a replacement appointed by the governor will serve until the next special election. Oh, thank you for the fact check, Twitter. No fact check on whether or not Fetterman's brain dead or not. That one they didn't. So I saw that and I was like, okay. A bunch of users said, no, there won't be a special election. He's probably brain dead, but they'll just, replace it. The 18th date doesn't matter. They'll just replace him or something. So is Fetterman brain dead?
They're not debating the brain dead part.
Right. That's what I thought was funny. I'm like, you'd think they'd be like, there's no evidence to suggest that John Fetterman is effectively brain dead. He was institutionalized with depression.
That's not really a medical term, is it?
Brain dead?
Brain dead? I mean...
it might be.
I don't know. And is this like a cover-up of a suicide attempt?
No.
He's struggling with depression?
The depression's probably fake.
I feel like
that's the fake part?
Yeah, he's probably in the hospital because his brain doesn't work.
Brain death is a thing. It's permanent, irreversible, and complete loss of brain function.
Except for the brain stem, right?
I guess.
Don't know.
The part that controls breathing or whatever.
But they do say it's irreversible, so could be hyperbolic in this situation.
We'll do an informal poll of the audience. We'll ask the audience, what is more likely, knowing Fetterman's health and medical history, that he is depressed after winning his dream election and checked himself into a hospital where he'll be for up to 2 months, or the man who suffered a stroke not that long ago and still can't understand words had some kind of recurring health issue that has injured his brain further?
I think that depression...
Put a 1 in the chat if you think he's just depressed, and 2 if you think he's brain dead.
I think the Democrat Party is the worst senior care home I've ever seen. I mean, between Fetterman and Biden, they cannot find out. I mean, they never know where these guys are. How do we not know where John Fetterman is?
I don't know.
How do we not know if he's brain dead?
Well, I always roll my eyes a little bit at stuff like this. It is convenient for conservatives on the right to be able to say he's brain dead because the dude's basically not around. So in the world of politics, this is, par for the course. Guy goes to the hospital, immediately come out with some salacious rumor that's going to shock and damage the perception of this party. But I'm kind of like, of all the rumors they could have, the dude who had a stroke not that long ago who can't understand words suffering another stroke is completely plausible, because we talked about this before. People who suffer strokes are at risk for suffering them again. And then all of a sudden, dude's in the hospital for several weeks. And get this, his wife is gone. Giselle Fetterman, children, take trip to Canada in wake of Senator's hospitalization.
She's truly a frightful looking woman.
That's what gets me, even if he's not brain dead, right? In what world, when anyone you care about is hospitalized because they're so depressed, do you flee the country?
I think people were ragging on her. And a lot of, on Twitter, they were like, stop making fun of Fetterman's wife. You're bad people. And it's like, dude,
what?
Her husband's depressed and in the hospital for weeks, and she just went on vacation with her kids. That is like, that's worse than what Ted Cruz did. Like, with Ted Cruz, he went on vacation during that ice storm. And it's like, well, he was with his family, though. So at the very least, he cares about his family. This is like the senator's wife, whose husband is a senator, not only fleeing the state, but also fleeing her husband, who is, convalesced.